Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. In today's video, I would like to make some progress on the 3 cars I purchased from Copart. And we are going to start with this Honda Accord, the one that did not start last video, the one you guys did not hear run at all. So this will be a first for you guys, second for me. Need to get this hood propped, jump box on, get this thing started. So welcome. I am hoping to get a lot of stuff done in this video, maybe finish up 1 or 2 cars completely, maybe even all 3. So thank you for joining. I hope you stick around for the entirety of this video, and I appreciate you guys spending your time with me. This car is like kind of filthy, but oddly it kind of smells good in here, like a fruity smell of some kind. Come on. Oh yeah, you guys hear that? Woo. Maintenance required, check engine. I'm assuming oxygen sensors sense an issue right away. Brake light is on, e-brake is not up. But hey, it's moving under its own power. And honestly, for a Honda, 158,000 miles shouldn't be a lot. That mirror's a little sideways, and I'm planning to somehow park it next to the other car. Okay, I think I see outside of my mirror. Okay, I should be okay. I did order a new catalytic converter for this car, and it is out for delivery. Now my mechanic is working on a different car right now, so I don't know when I will take this one to him. But man, with no cat, I definitely smell engine fumes. But oh boy, this is a bigger project than I thought it would be. But I think this one will tackle kind of towards the end of the video if we get around to it. But it runs and it moves under its own power, which is obviously a good start. Next up on my list is that Kia right there, and I don't remember if I have a screwdriver in it or not, but should have received the glass. Actually, let's open it up first, because by any crazy chance, if this glass is broken on the inside, then there's absolutely no point in getting the car out. Ooh. Ouchie. And doing everything with one hand is always such a darn challenge. Okay. Well, it looks like it's well protected, but still anything can happen during shipment. And this should already be a factory tinted glass. So let me undo all of this with 2 hands, and we'll take a look at it. There we go, looks to be in good shape. I hope it's the right one. I am not a big fan of replacing glass because space is usually extremely limited inside the car. And I'm a big guy, I got really big hands. Usually ends up with a whole bunch of cuts and scratches for me. But we'll see how this one will go. I think I just got my head on the barbed wire a little bit. Maybe a scratch. But I am more curious if this car will still start on its own right now. Look at that, that looks promising already. There we go. Loading serious, we don't need that. Okay, let's get this thing pulled out. I do have a new stock that came in for the windshield wipers. I think that's how they do, windshield wipers. And I did order a new ignition from Kia directly. But honestly, they were so dumb. They emailed me after I placed the order and they were pretty much like, hey, we need the VIN number to confirm if it's the right part. I sent him the VIN number and they go, oh, well, this isn't the correct part number. Although I searched for parts by VIN, so it should have been the correct one according to their website. And they said there's a price change, reply with okay to proceed so we could process your order. And I was like, well, what's the price change? And they sent me another email, hey, we need to get an okay to proceed from you because there's a price change. And I was like, okay, what's the price change? It doesn't make sense for me to say, yeah, go ahead and let me turn this thing off. It doesn't make sense for me to say, yeah, go ahead and mail it out, and if the price change is gonna be, you know, double or whatever, like I'll just look elsewhere, you know? And weekend went by, didn't hear from them. And then yesterday, sorry, picking up stuff. And yesterday I reached out again. I was like, hey, you guys need to tell me what the price change is, because it doesn't make sense to agree to something when I don't know what the difference is. Third time they respond, hey, thanks for reaching out. We need an okay to proceed from you in order to get this mailed. I was like, bro, you guys are starting to tick me off. Like 3 times, doesn't really take that long. And then they finally sent me an email. It ended up being like $3 cheaper. And I was like, man, you guys couldn't do that earlier? Just let me know, hey, it's $3 cheaper. So I respond, okay to proceed. So we'll see when they ship it, maybe today, tomorrow, but that's on the way. Aside from that, once I get that ignition thing in, I will need to find someone who could make a key, if it's even possible to do it this way. I don't know. This is my first theft recovery in this fashion from Kia, but see how busted it looks. But again, the engine sounds great. You guys heard it. And now this is the fun part. Pulling all this apart, getting the trim off. And actually, let me somehow at least visually measure the window, because I'd hate to take all of this off and then the window doesn't fit and then I have an open to the elements door, which would not be good. Risky business, but it looks like it will fit. It looks like we have the right one. So now let me gently grab it so I don't drop it. Get that opened up. We could place it in here for now. And let's start peeling this off. So I won't be doing a video how to, I guess, get this all done. Not really interested in having a long video, but you guys will see my progress. So that needs to be connected in order to move the window. And the reason why I want to move the window is to position it better so I could unscrew these connecting points right here. And then oddly, it looks like it almost like goes down and in, and then it goes down, so it like goes up, and then it's weird. I'll show you guys, but looks like this is a 10 millimeter, and then I'll try to lower it again. I just gotta figure out how I am going to put the new one in.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
I'm gonna be honest, I wish I did a YouTube video on how to replace this darn window. I was starting to think they sent me the wrong one. So, obviously every car is different. No car is the same. But this window, this is a special kind of special. You have to remove a screw here, which is from the inside. Remove this outside trim. Loosen this trim. Then remove this triangle piece, which sits right here. There's 2 bolts, screws, 2 screws, Phillips head right here that you have to remove. This inner trim, and then you could drop it in. This is me trying to figure it out, probably an hour later. And I finally got it in. There's no other way of doing it. Absolutely no other way. And I tried, believe me. So I suppose working backwards now, I'm going to bolt in the new window to the frame that lifts it up and down, and then start putting the trim pieces together and hope for the best. So wish me luck mentally. I do believe I got it more or less done. So let's just make sure it closes. Beautiful, all the way and then down. Beautiful. Oh, I forgot to put this in. Okay, I'll get that done, but obviously it works. The reason why I did it this way is because under here, there is a whole bunch of broken glass at the bottom. And I don't want to put on the cover. I don't have a shop vac here. So I will take it home whenever, you know, I end up taking it home. And I will vacuum it out, or I'll bring the shop vac here. I just don't want glass down here. Yeah, if it'll be like rattling or just making noise, I don't want that. So I want to clean that up. And obviously if this is already taken apart so I don't have to do it again, I'll just leave it off. But the window does work. The reason why I kind of got stuck on the way up is because I didn't screw the metal bracket, whatever it's called, in. So I will do that now, and essentially successful day. There we go. I am very happy that I was able to figure it out. Kia is almost done. So this bumper I do plan on fixing up. I do have a heat gun at home, so I'll probably heat it up when I do the glass, and then just pop it out. It shouldn't actually be that difficult. Yeah, I could reach in there. Very small cut here at the bottom, which I will not fix. And then I'll see if I could get this done somehow. So this bracket's fine. This one's obviously broken. If I could maybe take it off and then plastic weld it here. Anyways, that's something for another day. But now it could safely sit here through all the elements, all weather elements. I mean, it did sit through snow with no issues because it was covered up. Next up is the Dodge. I do have new headlights on order, but they will have a black background, so they did have factory 2 options, and this one is chrome in the back. I ordered black ones because I figured it'll kind of match the wheels a little bit better, and the reason is because this one is completely busted, but this is another car that starts. I have not driven this one or the Kia or the Honda for that matter anywhere outside of this lot, but let me grab keys. I will pull it out. I do have a new window regulator I want to hook up, make sure everything works, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so I opened the trunk off video, I believe, and I did find this stuff. Obviously this one is broken, so there's no point. I didn't even try hooking it up because I figured I will have to replace it either way. So here is our new one. Nice shiny. Looks like it is the same one. I hope it is. It is indeed. Oh, let's reach over here and get this thing hooked up. So I was able to pull this one out, but it seems like there's another cable which is kind of stuck behind here. And I'm assuming that's the second connector. My goodness, so somebody was definitely here. And since we're missing screws, I'm curious if I would just be able to pull on it. Yeah. And get this one out as well. So it will hold on the brackets. Let me do it with 2 hands. Moment of truth. Beautiful, that one works. That one does not, but let's see if we have lock. No. So actually, you know, it might be like the Kia. No, but oh, it did hook up that one. So that one works and that one will not work. Yep. So we need a switch for every single one. This one I have is just a little dirty. So let me walk around. Let's unlock all the doors. So for some reason, when it's not like a closed loop, the window switches won't work. And yeah, where's our cable for this one? Looks like the same thing. You know, I have a feeling that all 3 cars that I bought were like theft recovery cars. Because say what you will, this is crackhead behavior. Oh, so that's the old one. Almost threw me off. I was like, man, where's the second connector? So this one will probably go like that. There we go. Well, this one is broken. So let's walk back around and see if it will work now. Yep, and now it works. So I need a new switch there and a new switch in the back. Where's our trunk button? I know it was somewhere around here. Yeah, I could probably push this down in now since it works. Let's see if it'll open like this. No, so there is a trunk button. Oh, it's right here, I remembered. This is the other reason why I say crackhead car. Just look at this. There's a whole bunch of random nonsense in here. And I didn't go through it, but here's our other switch. So like just things like this. Oh look, found another one. Just a whole bunch of random nonsense. And look, that trim right here. Like why would you take that off? And Portland has a lot of druggies. Why doesn't it want to close now? This is why I'm assuming it was hitting this, so let me try it again. I had it closed. Boy, oh boy. Now I have another issue on my hands. Anyways, I'll figure that out. But what I was gonna say is Portland obviously has a lot of drug users and fairly large drug problem. It is known nationwide. And when I drive by these camps, I always see them kind of tinkering with cars, pulling stuff apart, putting stuff in, and it doesn't make sense. But honestly, for them, it's almost like, hey, maybe they're under the influence and they got nothing better to do, so they suffer from nonsense, if that makes sense. Because nothing else makes sense. Why would you pull this stuff apart? It don't make sense to me. But I am going to make a list of additional things I need to buy. As far as I know, I just need some new tires. Headlights are coming in. And then obviously touch up the passenger side, and I could comfortably start driving this. I did scan the codes and I cleared them. Obviously I haven't driven it since then, but I will drive it, see what else comes back, see what else is an actual issue and what isn't an issue, and go from there. 3 cars, 3 of them will need driving and etc. to make sure that they are mechanically sound. Unfortunately, this is a 2015. It's a fairly nice car, but in the hands of the wrong people for even a few weeks, cars really do get trashed. And I have recovered 2 of my own cars. One I think was a week later, the other one was about 2 weeks later, and they're not the same cars. They have to go through detail again. There's a lot of drug paraphernalia, whole bunch of drug residue. Struggle with the other word. Yeah, so unfortunately, I think this is one of those, and it'll have to obviously go through detail and other stuff. But little by little, we are actually getting there, which makes me happy. Took pictures of the car, of the parts that I need for this car on my phone, and I will order them when I am behind a computer again. I got tires, a few plastic trim pieces, and that's it. And then it could go to detail, I could start driving it, and then hopefully if any check engine codes come back, fix those. Honestly, just very like cosmetic stuff and make sure it's good mechanically. And then I do want to touch this up or take it to a body shop, see what they will quote me. If it's not too expensive, I'll also get that replaced. If not, then I'll just do touch-up paint. It doesn't look too bad in person. Headlights have been ordered. Yeah, more or less just very basic stuff. It's a 2015 with just, I think, over 100,000 miles. I won't be asking a lot of money for it, but I do think it's nice. White over black with tinted windows. I should be able to double my money at the end of the day on that one. Engine seems like it's running straight. It's running fine, but obviously it did have a check engine, and if I remember correctly, there were a few codes. So I think that's it for now with these cars for today. Yeah, Honda need a catalytic converter and then a new battery, and maybe I could start driving that one. make sure no other codes come up. Kia, waiting for the other parts to come in, and Dodge Dart, obviously I still need to order a handful of parts. But we are making progress, and working on 3 cars at one time is a little bit difficult, and I did spend a lot of time on that darn Kia. That was very painful. I am almost considering doing a video how to take out that rear window, just because how painful it was, and I couldn't find a single video online that would show me how to do it. Yeah, that one was a little tough, but I mean, they all sound healthy. Well, Dodge and Kia, so I'm happy about that. Great progress was made. I want to say thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. In the next video, we will finish up all the cars, or at least attempt to. So if you're interested in seeing how these 3 cars kind of end up, please consider subscribing. And thank you for being with me today. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate the support. I'll see you guys in another video.